It's hard to describe what it's like to stand on the top of the Mount of Olives overlooking the old city of Jerusalem, or having a Bible study on the Sea of Galilee, or visiting Capernaum, where Jesus based his ministry. And imagine what it would be like to walk through the Garden of Gethsemane, pray at the Wailing Wall, or have communion at the site of the empty tomb. Israel has a rich history, and it's the only spot on the planet where God walked and taught. And from the time your feet touch Israeli soil until you leave again, you're very aware that this is God's very special place on earth. After you've visited this land, you'll never again read your Bible the same way. But this is more than a tour of Israel. You'll also be cruising the magnificent Mediterranean Sea, visiting 5 countries and scores of biblical sites, using the ship as your floating hotel. Your trip begins by flying into Rome, where after spending the night, you'll tour the world-famous ancient Colosseum, as well as the Roman commemorative arches of Constantine and Titus. Then you'll board Celebrity's cruise ship, the stunning Reflection, and sail away on your 12-day Mediterranean cruise, settling into your beautiful stateroom with your own private balcony. Celebrity is one of the world's top cruise lines, winning Travel Weekly's Best Premium Cruise Line 10 years in a row. Their eye-popping cruise ship Reflection is one of their top ships. After a free day at sea with optional onboard Bible studies, our first port is Olympia, Greece, where the original Olympics were held in 776 BC. Continuing in Greece, we'll visit the ancient ruins of Corinth, where Paul spent 18 months ministering to the saints and penning 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. The columns of the Temple of Apollo and the infamous Bema seat still stand today. We'll then visit Athens with its dominating Acropolis and the magnificent Parthenon, plus Mars Hill, where we'll have a Bible study near the same place Paul addressed the Greeks. Our next port is stunning Ephesus, one of the top sites in the Mediterranean, where Paul spent 3 years founding a church. The eye-popping library, the huge ancient theater, and extensive excavations of wealthy homes make this an amazing site to tie into the many scriptural references to Ephesus. Then, after a relaxing day at sea with optional onboard Bible studies, we'll arrive in Israel, where we'll spend 3 biblically rich days actually walking where Jesus walked. We'll begin with the Galilee area, where we'll see the breathtaking view of the Valley of Armageddon, the Mount of Beatitudes, Capernaum, where Jesus based his ministry, and a boat ride and Bible study on the Sea of Galilee. You'll also have the option of being baptized or rebaptized in the Jordan River. Then we'll travel down the coast for 2 full-day tours of God's special place on earth, the old city of Jerusalem and its numerous biblical sites. We'll see the pools of Bethesda, the Temple Mount, the Southern Steps, the Wailing Wall, the Garden of Gethsemane, views of Bethlehem and the surrounding shepherd fields. Have an incredible Bible study on the Mount of Olives with its spectacular views. And then top it off with communion at the spiritually impacting empty tomb. Then after a stop in Cyprus, where Paul began his first missionary journey, we head back to Rome. When we arrive, we'll visit the Trevi Fountain, downtown Rome, and the Sistine Chapel and St. Peter's Basilica at the Vatican.
During your cruise, you'll enjoy 4 relaxing days at sea scattered throughout the schedule to enjoy the many activities and theater offered on the ship, as well as various site preparatory lectures and optional Bible studies with hosts Andy Woods, Dave Reagan, and Buck Storm.
You even have the option of extending your trip for a few days for a taste of Italy, touring historic Florence with its famous Michelangelo's David sculpture, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and 2 days and nights in romantic and picturesque Venice with its spectacular waterways crisscrossing the island city. There's no cruise like the Biblelands cruise. Rome, Olympia, Athens, Corinth, Galilee, 2 days in Jerusalem, Cyprus, 4 days of at-sea Bible studies, ship activities, and nighttime shows, and the post-cruise option to visit Florence, Pisa, and Venice. Absolutely, the trip of a lifetime. Best of all, the all-inclusive price includes the 12-day cruise, a deluxe stateroom with a balcony, air from New York City, 2 nights in Rome, 5 land tours in Rome and Israel, all Compass lectures, private tours, and transfers. And it's easy to hold your space so you can begin making travel plans. To reserve your stateroom, simply fill out the registration page in the Biblelands cruise brochure. Send it by mail, fax, email, or text a phone picture. We hope you can join us, as anyone will tell you who's traveled with us over the last 25 years on any of our past Compass Holy Land trips. This is definitely the Biblelands cruise of your dreams.